Testing. Testing. Testing, testing, testing. Testing. All right. That's enough chit chatter. All right. Here we go. How's it going? 2 p. It is 4:36 p.m. and it is the probably the 2 days left until the end of freaking Peru. End of Peru. Well, we're talking about Peru, right? I mean, this is the title of this. The title of my stream is Peru. Anyways, what's going on, boy? It's your boy. It's your boy. I'm an artist. I am this, and I am that. But all in all, my name is the element reptile. Element reptile, huh? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Anyways, enough being stupid. But what's going on, bro? It's your boy Element Reptile. Today is Wednesday. Wednesday, the 29th of June. It's 4:37 p.m. That sounds a little too formal-spectacular. What's going on, everybody? I'm just gonna say this very clear, okay? I am going to be continuing right now the model sheets of AniX. Not only just AniX, just her, but I'm also trying to develop some practicings and some skills and references as I wanted to kind of learn about, you know, when it comes to making cultures and making characters. You know, I'm character designing right as of now. Despite too, I'm also probably be doing graphic designing, but that's, remember, throughout the week, you know, my streams are from Mondays to Thursdays. My streams are Mondays to Thursdays every afternoon until sunset, basically. That's the basis of it. I never put the time in because, you know, like I said, I have a job that I work very, 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 very early. Thank God it's only 4 hours. That's the one thing. But we don't know as yet. I don't know how long I'm gonna be over there, nor I don't know how long I'm gonna be in my stream, because I'm also going to look for another one too. Unfortunate. But either way, we are gonna be. I'm gonna check it out right now that we are doing a character design routine. I'm checking out the music, and my music is ready, nice and dandy, so the world doesn't need to kind of lose the touch of things like usual. But hope you guys enjoy this. Like, subscribe to my channel, follow me on Instagram, on Twitter, X as well, and we see how we go. How we go. And there's my, oh, where's my dead gloves? It's okay. Okay, there's my gloves. There are my gloves, boy. See? This time I am taking good references today. I want to take some good references. Someone just want to check out what kind of Mesoamerican tribes, or, you know, what kind of type of things that can work for me. It's not like I had to download them all, because I already took a lot of images. But let's try. Tribes. These are not tribes. Those are kingdoms, my friends. They're not tribes, asshole. They are kingdoms. Tribes is a clan, it's a families. The tribe is the clan. It's a community. Like, hold up a second. Okay, let's talk about different. Okay. What does it mean to be a tribe? 2,000 to 5,000 to 5. Okay, 2,500 to 5,000 people, primarily. So the demographic has quite grown. That's for sure. But that's the Guarani. Thing is, has there been any tribal warfare actually? No, but we're not getting to that. We're getting into Mesoamerica. Type of things that best use. Some things that can work upon me. See? See, I didn't have that, so it's just like a westernized thinking. I'm thinking Western ideology. See, these ponchos, that made sense. But I didn't make them ponchos, so all her work is pretty much male-ish, so she's worn a lot of male stuff. Unless I can take that and transform. But I'm giving off her character, the person that she's looking for, when her damsel in distress. Hold on a second. It's just DID. DID are the damsel. Okay, so now we get to see the type of person they come from. Well, I can use such things, but I don't think so. I want to see something more vital. Something like this, like a like a typical man, like a typical working class, a bystander. But the bystander depends. I would say, well, shit, you're gonna have to go to Twitter X, or you gotta go. Oh no, actually, I got Pinterest. Pinterest, that's for sure. See the clothings that they had. I could say I could take this. Yeah, I could take this. First, let's start with the damsel in distress. What's his name? That's the real question. So, all right, but let's get to it. Let's get to it. Let's get to it. Just taking up the names, taking up the references, and see how formidable I can get with the character. You know, all that kind of bullshit. I'm doing this as a short stream, honestly. Now, because I've been recording all the time nonstop. 4:30, and that reaches like what? Hours, man. See that? What went down now? See? Oh, wow. What you having, boy? Ah, I think I kind of grew out of that. Okay, how about this? Okay. No, no, that's okay. Oh no. Mm. Damn, I need them wine now. Just keep me awake, bro. Mm. Kiss my ass awake. No, that's just okay, hold up. Mayan characters have to be big, more big nose, honestly. They have, okay, well, most of these characters have triangular noses, depending on where you're from, but that doesn't matter. And he's got to have this sort of this awesome posture, but also innocent look. Because he was kind of half blind. In a way. He is a bit shorter than AniX, but I don't think that matters. It's right here. Make him a little thicker, I'll tell you that. That's it. Not in the sense of, oh, make him like big, fat, no, or thick, like you twerking. But like by body mass, like a little big or something like that. But no. No, okay. No. I'm kind of very. Hold up a second. I'm so used to drawing women. Goddamn. I'm so used to drawing women now that I forgot to draw guys. Damsel in distress, hang on. Damsel in distress, hang on. Hold on a second. Shit. Oh. Yes. That felt good. here, I got that. And then A. Now we're gonna get this part right here. Kind of that, but also a little bit of a tummy, if you think. Here, he's got the wristbands. He's kind of had these weird tapes. And he was kind of a neck collar just in case. But it's not a woman. Oh, it's kind of gay. It's kind of gay! It's kind of, gay! Alright, so here. And then I'm probably gonna, I want to do something unique. Kind of like, I just want to kind of like have his, kind of like fit, kind of like that. See this? 2, 3. Alright, I don't know how to... Here. Like that. Just the perfect match. Oof. I was zoning out for a moment, like, what the f happened to me? Nah, that eyes look weird. So it kind of like that. So I got the shoulder. Other stuff. This is not the music, sir. It ain't the music. Oh shit. Back here. Boy, I didn't know that it was on our way. There you go. But the hands are too small. Maybe because he's probably not the like he can handle himself, but he's not the strongest, and he loses all the time. Hmm. It's me. Already my legs still soring right now. Fuck. Oh, Jesus. Ah. Ah. See, I'm gonna get to back. Where is? Hmm. There you are. So I haven't listened to this Shamanson, Liquid DMB Shamanson music. Just trying to get to this part, anyways. So we're gonna have to kind of have to do a whole lasso rap like that. That might work. Ah, damn it, damn legs. Doesn't want to sit still. Fuck it, man. I guess I want to stay comfortable because I worked 4 hours standing up. But I'm like used to that shit. So now I'm gonna have to do these. Part of picture right here. So you fill like here, and then damn it, bro, why am I feeling sleepy? So now the hair, okay. Get to the hair part to see if I get to that. I just want the common folk. I think the common folk would have common folk. Why not have him? Okay. Right? Have the folk. Fuck. Why was it's not hitting my head? Okay, see. So no, right here. Let's see. Well, I'm taking my hands here. Never do good with this cowboy hands. Oh shit. See here. I'm gonna probably to no, just big help before the four the upcoming games. All right, so I'll have you dress up like the regular folks, but you, for some freaking reason, shit. Then let's see. Let's see. No. Here. My father has some for me, I think. But what am I saying? Honestly, everybody. What am I saying? So now I'm getting too sleepy. Son of a bitch. I'm really too sleepy for a stream. But where do you land now? No. There's something about this one I didn't want to go wrong. Let's see. Come on. Shit. Damn, legs doesn't want to get me up. Why does my legs don't want to get up? My God. I don't know if anybody's watching. I'm just like beat up.
You can't see my ass, yes.
Mm. Mhm. Mhm. Maybe the music needs to be louder enough for me. All right, I hope anybody's in this music loud as fuck. This is the most AI ass music. I had no choice. Well, I had no choice to place it, like because my SoundCloud is freaking down. So I had to resort to Spotify, but not even Spotify has mixes. Okay. Let's see. See, I gotta get to the bottom line, I think, so now. Here. Right here. Ah! No. Wait, did I give this thing a pretty eyes? I don't mind, but... Sir. Damn it. Finally, something wakes me up. Ah. Ah. My freaking champagne glass, man. Yeah, there goes one. Yeah. What I get for sleepy. I'm trying to stay up. Jesus Christ. Ah. Son of a beef. Oh. Hang on a sec. Huh. Abraço. Entendi. Well, that's my mistake when I get too sleepy. Because I just ate a lot, man. Look at my damn gut right here. I ate a big lunch. Open this big piece first. Ugh. I'm just trying to get myself up. God damn. Something needs to be said. Something needs to be heard, man. As I'm trying to get into this. I'm trying to stay myself up. But I guess I'm getting too knocked up. As I say. You know, as I say too. On the behalf of things. Is that for the day of today, the show about the inauguration. I don't think anybody talked about the inauguration. I was in the midst of this. You know? Yeah, I think the last time I talked about it was the Peru es clave kind of thing. And I think, and it's already been said, the record that she won. Well, she basically won when we last heard about it. What I heard about the stream, the last stream, we saw the elections. That was kind of like one of the day during the elections where we had to wait for like a month or so, and then the votes came in. There's more votes that after Keiko Fujimori came up to be, and after they tried to recount. That's another thing. The other side, I think it was Castillo was trying to do a recount. They wanted a recount, but all sides tried to have a recount. And I know that many people from the other side of the population didn't want Fujimori nor Castillo, or I think Vargas wanted to win because of such things as going on. They didn't want to trust anybody. They didn't want anybody. They didn't want to carry because you know how Latin America is over there. You know how Latin America is over there. However, there was the inauguration now. We came to a point that now Peru finally got it. We're after the World Cup. Now it's clave. Will Peru be clave? That's the real question. After seeing all the stupid memes out there. And that's a wonder. Will Peru be clave now? Because we talked about Fujimori before, or no, many people talk about Fujimori over there in Peru, but it depended on because he was so highly controversial at the time. But whether or not he did get shit done, but he did still have blood in his hands, and not many people in the indigenous communities didn't want that. And I had to try to understand the indigenous communities. Well, both sides. They're being attacked on both sides. Confused and brainwashed, while also being raided and profiled. Their environments. They just trying to protect their environment. They all. Of course, there was every election, the indigenous are going to vote for the indigenous, no matter what. No matter what. They're going to vote for the indigenous no matter what. No matter they say this or they say that, they make up to that, or depending on what kind of influencer they're trying to get, they're going to vote for Quechua. They're all going to forget the Quechua as they will. Well, because it's their lands, bro. It's their nativism. Neo-nationalism, very neo shit. And I think they have a right to be that way. They say, no, I'm not gonna vote for anybody except that, I want to vote for people who look like me or something like that. Well, because they were wiped out by diseases, by the conquest. They are losing their they have lost some of their culture. They were forced to assimilate to. But with what cost of the ideology? That was the question. That was one part of the question that came up to be. So then they say, then they are already at the arms of everything, at the arms of, okay, now people are trying to well, this is a hard part too about that, how they're trying to diminish her, Fujimori, though there was a reasoning to that too. So because there was a lot of crimes against humanity going all the way, at the time where Fujimori was when the Alberto Fujimori is still around. And I'm playing this kind of music too, Japanese, this type of hilarious shamisen DMB, in inaugurating the Fujimori, Keiko Fujimori, just because. Now, though insanely enough, for those who probably not knew about one crazy fact about Fujimori, about the Japan of all Japan and the relationship with Japan and Peru, was that they're Japan's first first Latin American country they migrated it is in Peru. So in short, Peru is clave, and Peru stays clave. Peru stays clave all the time. That way we have to. When Peru will stop being clave? That's a great. That I wonder. I really wonder that. When will Peru stop being clave? I don't think he would. Unless the memes were just trying to make fun of Peru. Like they used to do before the Peru's clave thing came out. So but now, since with Fujimori coming around, and many of these fucking people in the north too, 4chan, trying to now gonna say all things, come in place. Now they're saying Peru now may be clave. And I think this, with the presidency of Keiko Fujimori, they're also saying that perhaps we're gonna have goated animated content. Goated. We're gonna have goated anime content. Like Regresa de los Dioses, or in the Quechua term, Apucanapa Kutimuñin. I think that's the translation to that. Wouldn't that be a crazy bliss, no? It's the fact that the Peruvian president that is Japanese, those part of the Fujimori dynasty. Because crazy enough, because she tried to be elected 3 times every 4 years. She didn't give up, I'll tell you that. And she tried to make her father a promise. After her father passed away, she made the promise to change Peru. And from there, Fujimori, the daughter Fujimori, Keiko, I'll also remind you too, before her time in politics is the time she was a model. She started being a Peruvian model. Man, I saw there was a tweet on X regarding to about this stuff, right? Because I put in my own interest and curiosity. Would there be Peruvian shogun, right? Because Fujimori, Alberto Fujimori, a Japanese person, being the president of Peru, and a prime minister like Shinzo Abe is in retrospect a shogun, basically, that unified all of Japan. So I thought, and it was because they even had I think like an article, like a hilarious article like an ignorant. It's a very ignorant article in that is made in the 1990s, right? In the late 90s, and talked about like the how Alberto Fujimori is like a shogun in Peru and some shit like that. I was like, that is, it was funny because because his name his last name was Fujimori, Alberto Fujimori, despite the corruption that this dude had. I mean, still to this day, because of the amount of mass glaze Japan has now. Okay, um, now he's because after the mass glaze he had, they're gonna be like such preferences now, mostly in the north in the international world, because Peru globally known it is to be to this day in the like lost ruins, and there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, there at least is better than being stereotyped as another drug trafficking country like Colombia or Mexico, rather than being a land of lost civilization, which they're trying to you know. I think that's the only thing. Up to a point where, okay, but there is a point, right? But there's up to a point where I start to feel like, okay, nobody there is it's not like there's nothing there in Peru. Relax, bro. There's still people living in, they're alive and kicking, native to Peru. They're not. There's a lot of indigenous people in Peru and all that kind of good stuff. But they always kind of, there's nothing. There's nothing like something like they gotta that everything there is there for the there to the taking, right? It's like since all the people are gone, you can now take the artifacts and take them to the museum. That's what they try to do in Indiana Jones. They try to do that in like various kid shows, right? They try to do that in I think they did it in video games with Lara Croft Tomb Raider. Yeah, I think they did that with Lara Croft Tomb Raider and shit. No, actually, no. That Lara Croft Tomb Raider was in Guatemala with the Popol Vuh and the Poctotok kind of stuff. Because we missed that stuff. I kind of start missing that. Peru is a multicultural country. Let's keep that in mind. It is a super multi-mixed country, a multi-ethnic country now. Though natively, it's still indigenous. But the thing is, there's a lot of also other immigrants with their cultures that come in. Like in Ecuador, there's tons, as there's a lot of tribes. We're a small country, 14 different tribes. There are also other subcultures existing there within the other ethnicities of Ecuador, that intermingled. On top of that, there's the mixed race, the mestizaje, the Montubios, or in Peru they call it Ribereño, right? Basically, gaucho culture in the jungle. Then the Asian American influx came in too. That was like in the 1800s because United States at the time tried to prevent all the East Asian immigrations that's coming to America, since they didn't understand it at the time. So where did they go? They go to two places in Latin America, Brazil, and then Peru. And Japanese in East Asia, right, coming from East Asia, which is across the Pacific, landed in Peru because it was that close. Peru is part of the Pacific and therefore there. But the Brazil part is like they kind of like had to travel and migrate to another boat in order to reach to Brazil. Which is to this day, Brazil is considered to be has the largest amount of Peruvian immigrants throughout the Americas. Hmm. Yo, these eyes are horrible. Oh my god. Damn. Seriously, man, that was terrible eyes, bro. Terrible eye position and everything. See, I got so used to drawing anime eyes. That's my problem right now. I got too used to drawing anime eyes. I forgot to draw my eyes. And this is what I get. Shit, man. Mm. Damn, my feet, too. Oh, hell. Yo, man. Alright, now it's already agged out. Yep, I got the error. Yeah, I got the error. Epa! See? I got the error already. Because maybe because I have too many, I have way too many files or way too many like artboards in this thing. Jesus Christ, man! Way too many artboards have been this big. And then here, I'm gonna get the clothing here. Too much here. So I'm just trying to wake up, bro. Jeez. Come on, yo. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Either way, as I said about Fujimori, I don't think anybody's going. Secure? Circle. Back to you. You under the circle. It's innocent and like you. Keep me on a loop. Oh, oh. Back to you. Back to you. Under the circle. You keep me on a loop. Dun, 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 dun. Oh shit. Actually, I don't need this hat. This hat's getting me distracted. So I probably get to this part on here. No. Two Fujimori. Okay, let's check out. Let's check out some shit that they're doing right now. I want to check out what's going on with the Fujimori. I think they also did like a inauguration that's going on, right? Hold up, I have to. You know, they are doing the inauguration. As of now, is going on. You know, I think we could check around Kiko Fujimori. Hmm. Christ. Let's see. Let's see. Keiko Fujimori. Right now. Let's check it out. Where are you, Fujimori? There is the whole thing. Isn't it live already or no? It's already done. Oh, what the hell? We're gonna check it out. I want to see more of her. I think this is her inauguration happening. Yeah, this was done long time. Yep, this is her inauguration. It's not live, so it's already pre-recorded.
Invito a la presidenta electa de la República, señora Keiko Sofía Fujimori Iguchi, a prestar el juramento de ley.
All right, what's she's gonna say? What is she gonna say? Tell me what Fujimori is gonna say. What is she gonna say? Well, besides that, check out the stuff that they're gonna be reading. And then okay, I think I got that. And then I'm gonna have right here.
Yo, Keiko Sofía Fujimori Iguchi, juro ante ustedes, por Dios,
I'm not
por
gonna
la patria, sobre estos santos evangelios, que ejerceré fielmente el cargo de presidenta de la República que me han confiado la nación para el periodo 2026-2031. Juro que defenderé esta tierra, la soberanía nacional, la libertad, la democracia y la independencia de los poderes del Estado.
Bomba. All right.
Juro que cumpliré y haré
There she is.
la
What you gotta say?
Constitución política y las leyes del Perú.
Peru.
Juro que velaré por la integridad física y moral de todos los peruanos, en especial de quienes han sido históricamente postergados. Y juro que respetando la libertad de culto, reconoceré la importancia de la Iglesia Católica en la formación cultural y moral del Perú y que trabajaré incansablemente por un país seguro, próspero
His arm needs to
y
be
unido.
broader. What the hell? Good. So she signed the paper saying, "Hey, yo, Peru es clave right now." Yeah, I signed the paper right now, just like every inauguration. The world's watching. Because oh man, I heard that the elections during the elections, because of the whole thing is counting numbers and stuff. It got really, really intense. It was like a narrow razor edge here, razor edge there. Though the majority of the people who voted against for Fujimori was not because they're, the ideology is because of the trauma too. So the worrisome is that there's still people that live to this day suffering from the trauma of the Alberto Fujimori times. But they also probably suffered the trauma and horrors of the Shining Path. So, oh. They're saying congratulations. They're saying congratulations. They're saying congratulations. He said, Nana said, say congratulations. Although I say I don't know the other lyrics. I gotta hear that song again, but it's got a full copyright. Goddamn. Huh, sounds like the Ecuadorian anthem. A bit. Oh boy. But hold on a second. Okay, here we go. For a moment, I thought I was hearing "We wish you a Merry Christmas." Yet again, I'm stupid as hell. So. All right, come on. Yeah. All right, we got it. We want to get to the nitty-gritty of things. All right, good. No, it should say Peru es clave. You should have said Peru es clave in this inauguration. Yeah, bro. Everything was silent and all that kind of stuff. See if I can get to the part right here.
Invito al estrado al señor Luis Fernando Galarreta Velarde, primer vicepresidente electo de la República, para prestar el juramento de ley.
Ain't got in a circle, it's an American I light through, keeping on a loop. Back to you, back to you, under the
Señor Luis Fernando Galarreta
circle.
Velarde,
Bam, ba ba
jure
dum
usted
dum,
por
na na
Dios
na
y por
dun
la patria
dun, na na
ejercer fielmente el cargo de primer vicepresidente de la República de la confiado a la nación para el periodo presidencial
under circle, under
2026-2031,
circle,
así
under
como
circle.
defender la soberanía y la integridad de la República y cumplir la Constitución política y las leyes del Perú. Si así lo hace, que
Turn
Dios
my
y la
head
patria lo premien,
on the
sino que Él
waiting.
y la nación se lo demandan. Invito al estrado al señor Oscar de Jesús Reto
Or
Otero, primer
rather,
vicepresidente del Congreso de la República, para que asuma la presidencia y tome el juramento de ley al segundo vicepresidente electo de la República.
then I'm gonna get back to you, under the circle, under the sun is striking the light through, keep it on the loop. Da, 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 da. Or no, 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 no. I want to draw something more unique than that. I'm back to you, I'm back to you. Under the circle.
Señor Miguel Ángel Torres Morales, jura usted por Dios y por la patria ejercer fielmente el cargo de segundo vicepresidente de la República que la nación le ha confiado para el periodo presidencial 2026 al 2031, así como defender la soberanía y la integridad de la República y cumplir fielmente la Constitución política y las leyes del Perú.
Yeah. We want to get to the point. We want to get to the point of Tracy Mori. Want to hear her. We want to hear her out. You got a shogun in Peru, either ways.
Presidente del Congreso y de la Cámara de Senadores, doctor Miguel Ángel Torres Morales. Señor Presidente de la Cámara de Diputados, General Oscar Reto Otero. Su Majestad Felipe VI, Rey de España. Excelentísimos señores presidentes de la República de Argentina, Bolivia,
This is what she looks like.
Chile,
This is what she acting like.
Ecuador, Honduras, Panamá, Paraguay, Uruguay. Primer ministro de Aruba en representación
that's her job, so.
de los Países Bajos. Señoras y señores.
That's her job, so who was to say?
Señoras y señores vicepresidentes. Señoras y señores ministros de Estado. Excelentísimos jefes de misiones especiales.
I mean, it's all in Spanish, so you gotta have to bear with it. So because this is a shogun in Peru. This is happening. This is happening live. Oh, this was happening. This happened just a few hours ago. I was recorded, but I wouldn't know to record live. However, thank God, I hope I'm still allowed to do this live. It is an hour stream. I mean, this is not copyright, anyways.
De la magnitud de esta responsabilidad y con el corazón lleno de fe en el destino de nuestra patria. Doy gracias a Dios y pongo en sus manos el trabajo que hoy comenzamos al servicio del Perú. Le pido sabiduría para decidir, fortaleza para perseverar y para no olvidar jamás
Keiko
que el
Fujimori.
poder solo encuentra sentido cuando se ejerce para servir.
I don't know if there's like actual English subtitles here. It's captions, okay, captions, but no, I don't think so.
Ante él, ante la
I'll
historia
translate.
y ante todos ustedes, he pronunciado el juramento más sagrado que puede asumir un ciudadano. Defender la Constitución,
Oops.
proteger las libertades de nuestro pueblo y consagrar cada día de mi vida a la grandeza y bienestar del Perú. Desde este 28 de julio del 2026, empezaremos a escribir nuestro futuro por los próximos 5 años. Ni un día más.
Meanwhile, we have a president that's going for 4 years. So, I mean, for 5 years. The only thing is that the stability over there. It's pretty fragile. It's pretty unstable over there. That stuff. But either ways, you can't say that we got to give it a hope. Fujimori. This is Fujimori. We're talking about a controversial name, yet a name that you probably heard before in like your parents probably heard of it before, back in the day, besides Godzilla movies. But this is a dynasty. But this girl, this is the daughter of a Japanese dude who came to Peru, right, and started a dynasty. So the dynasty has came back, and we're gonna see just how far. I mean, she was a model, right, but then she turned to politics, just like Adolf Hitler didn't make it through from art school, right? And now he became a man who led a Reich, Who knows? I mean, these are Peruvians. The Peruvians chose something. I think the soft power had gave them the quickest advantage of going so right on Japan's side, but as well, the freaking election was so freaking razor edge and intense, mind you, too. It was considered like one of the most hilariously intense and ridiculous elections going on of the year, because they got a lot of people going up against Fujimori because of the trauma of the crimes against humanity that happened, and the corruptions and all the Montesinos things, right? But at the same time, those same people suffered from the clutches of terrorism at the time, especially with poor Indians who were victimlessly brainwashed and resorted to terrorism in the 1990s. I mean, the 1990s, it was shaped in a way. And he was also part of, again, that's why in the United States they called him the Shogun of Peru. So this is the daughter, like the Princess Kageyuma of Peru now.
Este mandato nos compromete a trabajar por el bienestar de todos los peruanos sin excepción.
Like, hold up a second. Let me try to like, I don't have to do this. Like, can I try to like increase the size of the captions or the subtitles? Or I don't think so. No, I don't think so.
Pero sobre todo de quienes durante demasiado tiempo han permanecido al margen del crecimiento y del progreso del país. Este mandato me compromete a construir el futuro que soñamos, pero para eso debemos tener el valor de mirar nuestra realidad de frente, sin anestesia, sin maquillaje, sin medias verdades. El diagnóstico de nuestra patria en este momento es complejo y doloroso. Recibimos un país marcado por el abandono. Recibimos un Estado debilitado por la improvisación, reflejada en la ausencia de una visión de país que identifique los objetivos nacionales que demanda nuestro Perú. Un Estado a la deriva por la carencia de una gestión estratégica que organice a las entidades detrás de dichos objetivos. Un Estado debilitado por la corrupción, donde las instituciones dejaron de servir a los ciudadanos, con servicios básicos que nunca llegaron a quienes más lo necesitaban. Miles de obras paralizadas o mal ejecutadas. Un sistema de salud que llega tarde o que nunca llega. Y un transporte caótico que les arrebata cada día tiempo, oportunidades y no solo la calidad de vida a millones de peruanos, sino lamentablemente en muchos casos también les arrebata la vida misma. Esta incapacidad del Estado responde a décadas de gobiernos que renunciaron con indiferencia y dejadez a cerrar las brechas que separan a millones de peruanos del acceso a servicios esenciales. En muchos casos, las instituciones cayeron en manos de intereses poco transparentes para obtener beneficios y privilegios a través de la contratación pública y la regulación del Estado, en desmedro de los ciudadanos y de la libre competencia. Según la Contraloría, solo durante el año 2023, el Estado perdió más de 24.000 millones de soles, equivalente a casi el 13% del presupuesto público ejecutado. Diversos análisis estiman además que la ineficiencia del Estado y del gasto público supera los 40.000 millones de soles cada año. Estos recursos mal utilizados son hospitales que no se construyeron, escuelas que no se terminaron, carreteras que nunca llegaron y oportunidades que les fueron arrebatadas a millones de peruanos. Este manejo ineficiente del Estado se materializa también en las compras públicas. La mala gestión de las adquisiciones de bienes, obras y servicios generan una pérdida de hasta el 19% del gasto contratado. Y pese a que la inversión pública prácticamente se duplicó durante la última década, alcanzando en promedio el 4.9% del PBI, las brechas fundamentales permanecen abiertas. Cerca de la mitad de nuestros colegios se encuentran en muy mal estado. El 72% de la red vial departamental sigue sin pavimentar. Otra evidencia dramática de este abandono del Estado es la extorsión, que asfixia al pequeño comerciante, al mototaxista, al emprendedor que con tanto sudor levanta un negocio. En el año 2024, el 24% de las empresas en el país fueron víctimas de este delito.
Víctimas, right? And then I think something happened. Oh, they kind of had lost Scoutcast right there. But they're trying to bring it on. 10 people died. Oh my God. I know you're going to talk about China too.
En la Victoria han muerto 10 personas.
Oh, this is talking about the natural disaster that happened there. Man, it lost connection. Oh, the Wi-Fi.
Esto, queridos compatriotas, recibimos el Estado, es tan catastrófica, desigualdad de ingresos en toda América Latina. Latina.
And the connection is probably going down
no
right
tienes
there.
Certeza de contar con los,
it's
con los
recorded.
alimentos de ello.
Honestly.
en el centro y en el sur de nuestra patria.
Shit.
Este
Okay, now I got
es
this
el
guy.
país
I already got this character out there right now. So this is
potencial
will be
infinito,
the damsel of distress for my character for AniX, but I had to make a
pero
name.
trabajo
So I got you.
por la inseguridad
That I posted you
y,
on X on Instagram, so that's why I
y
did
fragmentado
put her on
por
this
la
one.
desconfianza,
Yes. Now
lo que ha
I
causado
will
una
have what you will have over here.
a pesar de esta dramática situación,
But first, I want to do the coloring too.
milagros inmediatos ni promesas vacías.
Man,
Perseverancia y una ruta clara.
man, this thing is connections ass, yo. That connections doo-doo. Just like a día normal en América Latina. The Wi-Fi password is going to fail. God damn.
A partir de este momento, nos esperan exactamente.
Right, exactamente. We have
1826 días en los que cada ministerio, cada región y cada funcionario público tendrá que trabajar de cuentas constantes. Mi objetivo
See, these are perfect still frames for her memes.
el Estado. No basta con retomar es cerrar el enorme déficit social.
Oh, holy shit.
Nuestra visión
is the whole audio is going so shit.
A las grandes mayorías.
Yeah, the audio, this whole audio shit's going. God damn.
Se ha administrado con absoluta transparencia y que todas los usos del Estado. El primer objetivo.
Right, el primer objetivo.
Toda gran obra requiere un orden de prioridad.
Order of priority.
Al salir a la calle.
When going out to the streets, or when our houses are flooded. The flood. They have the flood. The government will be focused on two fronts. Dos frentes. Those two fronts. El Niño. Oh yeah, they still have the El Niño too. Forgot about the El Niño. I felt the brunt of El Niño.
Tiempos de la burocracia. Frente al fenómeno El Niño, que romperá con la lógica era de la prevención oportuna. Iniciaremos
Come on, Shogun. Can't end this live stream.
El control al Estado.
Holy damn. And is this going to continue? Or is this the video? Or maybe it's my YouTube video. I'm getting two YouTube videos all at once.
Asumirán temporalmente en estrecha coordinación hasta restablecer plenamente
plenamente
los territorios a los ciudadanos. Nuestra prioridad Policía Nacional del Perú. Le devolveremos el respeto que merece con firmeza.
I mean, everybody say that this speech as well as Trump, bro. Their speech was clear on this behalf, and then the whole thing goes into a 180, 100 ways. Though, the optimism is that, such things do kept their promises you know, kept their promises clear, and it happened. I mean, Noboa to this day is still getting. What happened to Noboa? We had a young president, and you know, this guy's still getting chastised by people. Either way, it's like, oh, they're not doing this for this and that, this and that, and this and that. Well, there are things you just can't stop about. I told you, you want to get shit done, you're gonna still bitch about it. But at the same time, it's also Latin America. You know, Latin America is just a difficult place to be part of. On the ways too. I mean, these are just kind of the words straight out of I think of Castillo, and just put it in Fujimora's. You guys, oh man, shit, you guys should have seen like in the last video, you guys should have seen that literally the elections were so, how the, like the elections during Peru was so organized. And only in Roblox, because outside it was just such a mess. But the one that was the most organized, it was literally in Roblox, yo. It was hilarious that Roblox had way more attention in the news than the rest of all of Peru, including in Perukistan over there too, in the desert sites, including the Amazon, bro. That was funny as hell to realize about that.
Impulsaremos un ambicioso proceso de modernización tecnológica, incluyendo sistemas nacionales de inteligencia artificial para anticipar y mapear el delito, y centros de comando que permitan una respuesta rápida. La lucha no será únicamente contra el delincuente e internacionales que financian la extorsión.
Damn, this thing. Yo, this thing's
sistemas de
laggy.
Para desarticular estas organizaciones económicas. Pero también seremos implacables con quienes traicionen el uniforme. Ningún miembro encontrará protección en nuestro gobierno. Quien deshonre la institución, al mismo tiempo, instauraremos un sistema policial que cada día arriesgan su vida por proteger la nuestra. Aspiramos a construir distinguido. La honestidad sea respetada. De orgullo nacional. Fortaleceremos y ampliaremos una profunda reforma penitenciaria para que las cárceles sean centros de operaciones del crimen organizado. Finalmente, para enfrentar los retos urgentes de seguridad ciudadana, emitiremos decretos de urgencia. Además, para los trabajos de prevención y sumarse a estos esfuerzos y para enfrentar y el Ministerio Público para aprobar las primeras reformas operativas, procesales y penitenciarias. Mejorar la calidad de vida de los peruanos. desde la gestación hasta la tercera edad. Para que la acción del Estado cierre las que dividen al país.
Man, this thing is lagging up
Para
the
alcanzar los
ass.
objetivos públicos.
Yo, I think this live inauguration day, that's why people tuned out on that shit. My God, people tuned out on that shit. You can't even hear, you can't even grasp the whole thing. So what do you do right now when it comes to this one?
En directo, hace tan solo segundos,
My
ha llegado
God.
la presidenta de la República, Keiko Fujimori,
There's the better one.
patio de honor de Palacio de Gobierno para participar en esta ceremonia de reconocimiento como la jefa suprema de las Fuerzas Armadas. Ella está acompañada por los ministros del Interior y Defensa, César Astudillo y Rafael Belaúnde. Está pasando por cada una de las unidades de las Fuerzas Armadas, saludando a todos y a cada uno de ellos. Ella viste con un pantalón color crema, un saco color negro. Continúa avanzando al lado también, por supuesto, de los jefes de las Fuerzas Armadas. Ella continúa avanzando.
Who's to say we got a Shogun in Peru?
Como lo habíamos indicado.
All right, we get you. You firing them cannons up in the air.
Carácter constitucional y militar, mediante el cual las Fuerzas Armadas y la Policía Nacional reconocen a la presidenta de la República, Keiko Fujimori, como su jefa suprema.
La Fujimoris.
Esta ceremonia tiene un sustento legal, principalmente en dos artículos. Hablamos de los artículos 167, que establece que el presidente de la República es el jefe supremo de las Fuerzas Armadas, como también el artículo 118, inciso 14, en el que señala que corresponde al presidente de la República presidir el sistema de defensa nacional, organizar, distribuir, disponer el empleo de las Fuerzas Armadas y la Policía Nacional. Actualmente la presidenta ya se encuentra en el apartado de la Policía Nacional, continúa avanzando. Está ya concluyendo este recorrido, está ya con el área que corresponde a la Policía Nacional, pasa al lado de la unidad de los hinchis, la unidad de rescate de la policía, en esta ceremonia oficial, como habíamos indicado hace un momento. El objetivo de esta ceremonia es ratificar el respeto de las Fuerzas Armadas y la Policía Nacional al orden constitucional y reafirma la subordinación del poder militar al poder civil. Formaliza también la cadena de mando del nuevo gobierno y finalmente también simboliza la unidad entre las instituciones encargadas de la defensa y de la seguridad nacional. Ha concluido este recorrido, nuevamente sube por los escaños de el patio de honor la presidenta de la República para continuar con esta ceremonia.
Right.
Como le indicamos hace un momento, del ministro de Defensa, Rafael Belaúnde, el ministro del Interior.
I'm here. The word. Tell me here, Rafael Correa. The belt. Really, Rafael the belt.
En este instante da inicio a la ceremonia el general brigadier Gabriel Villarrubio Marcelo, quien es el jefe de línea del agrupamiento. Como lo habíamos indicado hace un momento, en esta ceremonia participan los altos mandos de las Fuerzas Armadas y la Policía Nacional. Hablamos del jefe del Comando Conjunto de las Fuerzas Armadas, el general del Ejército César Briceño Valdivia. Es quien dirige la ceremonia militar y pronuncia la fórmula oficial de reconocimiento al presidente como jefe supremo. También le hace la entrega del bastón de mando. También participa el comandante general del ejército, el general del ejército Osvaldo Calle. En el caso de la Marina de Guerra, el almirante Javier Bravo de la Rueda
Delgado.
En el caso de la Fuerza Aérea del Perú, el general del aire Mario Contreras León Carti. Y el comandante general de la Policía Nacional del Perú, el general de la Policía Oscar Arreola Delgado.
Oh, he's talking about policía. You know, speaking of la policía, right? Speaking of the policía, I think there was a raid, I think in Peru, like the one time in Peru that they just dressed themselves as mascots, as party mascots, and then once they got too close, they just started just breaking character and started arresting the people while still in freaking mascots, bro. It's hilarious. You should watch. There's many videos of that.
Protocolar. Ella ha recibido ya los honores militares, la presentación de armas, los toques reglamentarios y el saludo protocolar.
I think crazy enough, I think in X they also had it. Well, I want to say wait, there's even an X is showed it over here. Yo, Peru Shogunate, there it is. It had everything in this. Hola, what is it saying right here? All right, we're gonna check. After this, we're gonna check out the stuff in on X. I want to start switching places. This is the inauguration that's happening right now. That was happening hours ago, like during the day, during the morning to the noon. I think also yesterday too. Damn, bro. Yeah, you better fix that mask, my boy. That thing is wide opening for a sniper shot at your neck, bro. You don't want to get another Charlie Kirk, even though you find a whole lot of more rifle and them shotty out there up in the bean, huh? Bumba clot. Is that right now they're doing the Pledge of Allegiance, the national anthem of Peru. So instead of saying Viva Peru, they should be saying Peru es clave now. They should be using that as the opportunity every travel, bro. I'm pretty sure they're doing it right now during their safety travel in the national traveling tourism part. Is instead of saying Peru es clave, Peru is key. They need to take that as the meme. Although that's like that meme is like what, already a year old already. That don't matter. It don't really matter at all. Take the advantage of that meme of Peru es clave and put it around the world. Since now we got a shogunate basically happening again in Peru. It goes year round, bro. So 2016 is the time of right-wing shit. Who would have guessed? Who would have guessed? 2016 is the time of right-wing shit. We're back to Trump era. We're back to this. We're back to that. Yeah, huh? There's the drones. Oh, man. No. It's not Viva Peru. It's Peru es clave. Say it. Say it.
En este instante, las diversas unidades de las Fuerzas Armadas y la Policía Nacional
gotta say, man. Gotta say Perú es clave. On God.
La lectura del artículo 167 de la seguridad y defensa y también del artículo 118, inciso 14, a cargo de la representante del Comando Conjunto de las Fuerzas Armadas, como habíamos indicado previamente. En este instante, el general del ejército César Briceño Valdivia va a proceder con la lectura.
Wait, Valdivia's still there? No. I was thinking of Montesinos. Because the Valdivedios or some shit like that.
El presidente de la República es el jefe supremo de las Fuerzas Armadas y de la Policía Nacional del Perú. Capítulo 4 del Poder Ejecutivo. Artículo número 118. Atribuciones del Presidente de la República. Corresponde al Presidente de la República, en su inciso 14, presidir el sistema de defensa nacional, organizar, distribuir, disponer el empleo de las Fuerzas Armadas y de la Policía Nacional del Perú.
Perú.
167.
You gotta say Peru is clave, bro.
118. En ese instante inicia.
We have yet to have a female president ourselves.
A la señora presidenta de la República.
Well, if it weren't so freaking senile.
Se le entregará
We still have old ass people in our freaking government, bro.
A cargo del jefe del comando conjunto.
One thing that we don't have,
el general del ejército,
Ecuador doesn't have, is just old guys. No, they did have old men. Like freaking Guillermo Lasso in our country in Ecuador, bro, he fucked that country up heavy. He fucked that country up heavy. After Correa. He was the second worst account for Correa too. No, actually no. Lenín Moreno too. Pero Lenín Moreno, no. Lenín Moreno, he made the country super safe. My God. He made the country super safe. But it was, but then the pandemic hit, he just suddenly disappeared. That was the sad part. The country disappeared after that pandemic. I would say that too, but there wasn't. But the other controversy to that was, I don't know. It was something about Guillermo Lasso I didn't like. Yeah, he fucked Ecuador up big time. And Noboa has got a lot of shit in his hands that he has that freaking Lasso did. He's thinking it's still a long work for that dude to clean up the mess that he made. He fucked it up, bro. He costed lives.
No otorga nuevas facultades constitucionales, sino reafirma las que ya les corresponden, en este caso a la persona que tiene el cargo de presidente de la República. Podemos observar que en ese instante los altos mandos de las Fuerzas Armadas se acercan a la presidenta de la República, se paran frente a ella.
So say the words, yo.
Sus respectivos honores militares.
Yeah, because oh yeah, I forgot. I think they did a funeral.
Cada uno de ellos se acerca a la presidenta de la República, les presenta sus honores, la presidenta responde asintiendo y cada alto mando regresa respectivamente a su lugar. Como habíamos indicado hace un momento, quienes participan en esta ceremonia son el comandante general del ejército, el general Osvaldo Calle, el comandante general de la Marina de Guerra del Perú, el almirante Javier Bravo de la Rueda Delgado, el comandante general de la Fuerza Aérea del Perú, el general Mario Contreras León Carti, y también, evidentemente, el comandante general de la Policía Nacional del Perú, el general Oscar Arriola. De esta forma ha concluido la ceremonia de reconocimiento de Keiko Fujimori como la jefa suprema de la...
Yo, it's crazy how we're getting a shogun in Peru, bro. It's like this. We got a shogun in Peru, and it memes right now is it resonated this music, bro. It literally resonated this. Freaking. This is what it resonated. Voters in Peru for some reason. Hey! That's what it resonated to be right there. And they're saying Shogun Peru and everything. Like, for real, bro. For real, on God. On God. There's a lot of more me. I think I got to check out the comments there. I think there's only a few comments that are talking about her right now. But I think you have to check it out on many. It's gonna take a long typing, I'll tell you that.
La presidenta de la República avanza al lado de los ministros de Defensa, Rafael Belaunde, y el ministro del Interior, César Astudillo. Observamos
I know,
claramente
you
cómo
name.
ya a la parte final de esta ceremonia se le van a presentar los honores militares finalmente. Ahora es importante precisar, compañeros, que se había indicado originalmente que la Presidenta de la República iba a brindar palabras tras esta ceremonia. Sin embargo, podemos observar que la ceremonia ya está concluyendo de manera inmediata.
They're saying the whole thing, right?
Va a pasar revista a las distintas unidades.
No speech, I don't think so. That's just a performance, all that kind of stuff. And it was just no speech about it. Unless this one.
Dear compatriots, I assume.
There it is.
The presidency of the Republic today with deep humility, aware of the magnitude of this responsibility.
This is a dub, but this is an English channel, so.
Full of faith in the destiny of our nation. A nation.
Yeah, she's just repeating because she still speaks Japanese.
In his hands, the work we begin today in service to Peru. I ask him for wisdom to decide, strength to persevere, and to never forget that power only finds meaning when it is exercised.
And I'm back to you. Yeah, they're clapping around for sure. All right. They're getting ready. What's going to go happen? Well, we're going to see city pop in Spanish. Are we going to hear Peruvian city pop, yo? Are we going to see Peruvian mechas going all?
I have taken the most sacred oath a citizen can assume.
We're going to see Peruvian mechas instead of Japanese mechas, man. Oh, come on, bro. We're going to see this.
The freedoms
Stay with me. You weebs over there. Actually, they watch them. They had more knowledge in anime than everybody in the United States has. So.
We will begin to write our future for the next 5 years, not a day longer. This mandate
depends. That's the question. That it depends. She's up to 5 days longer, but it depends on how it will go, because you know the stability over there in Latin America is. You know how things go over there. I mean, everybody that I talk to about Latin America is just, like they just don't want to. They don't want to hear it because it has already been duped. It's always been a duping, and it leads to bloodshed. That happens. But it depends, man. Because again, niggas out there, they voted against Fujimori not because they're communists, it's because of the trauma they had from losing their families, the crimes against humanity. They live in the pueblos, in the town size. But at the same time, there were a lot of indigenous people too who were definitely supporting the Fujimori, bro. They were definitely straight up supporting Fujimori. On God, because they were saving them from the clutches of the Shining Path over there, and the part who were deeply involved in cocaine.
This mandate commits us to work for the well-being of all Peruvians without exception, but above all, for those who have for too long remained on the margins of the country and progress.
He's trying to get
this mandate commits me to build the future we dream of, but for that we must have the courage to face our reality head-on, without anesthesia, without makeup, without half-truths. The diagnosis of our nation at this moment is complex and painful.
Oh yes, it's painful.
Forgot
about Montevideo, bro.
We inherit a state weakened by improvisation, reflected in the absence of a national vision that identifies the national objectives our Peru demands. A state adrift.
Actually,
due to the lack of strategic management to organize entities behind those objectives. A state weakened by corruption where institutions stopped serving citizens with basic services that never reached those who needed them the most.
Why is the AI dub sounds Indian? Like, why does it sound like she's from freaking from Pakistan or fucking from Delhi, bro, in India, man? I'm questioning why.
Thousands of projects paralyzed or poorly executed. A healthcare system that arrives late or never arrives at all, and chaotic transportation that steals everyday opportunities, not just the quality of life from millions of Peruvians, but sadly, in many cases, it even steals their lives, lives.
Okay.
This state incapacity is the result of decades of governments that present with indifference and apathy to closing the gaps that separate millions of Peruvians from access to essential services. In many cases, institutions fell into the hands of opaque interests to obtain benefits and privileges through public contracting and state regulation to the detriment of citizens and free competition. According to the Comptroller's Office, in 2023 alone, the state lost more than 24 billion sols, equivalent to almost 13% of the executed public budget.
Man, you should better be investing on cryptocurrency, man. Look at that Roblox, bro. That Roblox have been doing as good opportunity with crypto. You better invest on that anime, bro. You better invest on building the economy back with something very vital than this, bro. You gotta be investing on building mechas. Fuck what the Amazon zone, the Andean jungle say, bro. You gotta start putting that work on building something. You gotta build. You want to get the economy up? Build mechas, bro. That's all I'm saying. You need to build mechas. On God.
Various analyses also estimate that the inefficiency of the state and public spending exceeds 40 billion sols every year. These misused resources mean hospitals that were not built, schools that were not finished, roads that never arrived, and opportunities that were stolen from millions of Peruvians. This inefficient management of the state also materializes in public procurement. The mismanagement of the acquisition of goods, works, and services generates a loss of up to 19% of contracted spending. And although public investment practically doubled over the last decade, reaching an average of 4.9% of GDP, fundamental gaps remain open.
Right.
Nearly half of our schools are in very poor condition. 72% of the departmental road network remains unpaved. Another dramatic piece of evidence of this state abandonment is the extortion that suffocates the small merchant, the motor taxi driver, and the entrepreneur who works so hard to build a business. In 2024, 24% of companies in the country were victims of this crime.
I didn't know that.
Just 5 days ago.
Well, this is a normal day of Peru, so.
In La Victoria,
In every Latin America
10
thing.
people died, including 5 minors.
Oh, the 5
victims of a fire allegedly caused by refusing to give in to extortion. This, dear compatriots, is unacceptable. The situation in which we received the state is so catastrophic that it has resulted in Peru having the greatest income inequality in all of Latin America. Today, meanwhile, 3 out of 10 compatriots have no certainty of having the necessary daily food, and as a consequence, 35% of children aged 6 to 35 months suffer from anemia.
35 months.
This is truly immoral. On the other hand, climate change and the constant threat of the El Niño phenomenon.
El Niño. Oh yeah, they're talking about El Niño.
Future problems. They are present threats.
Fun fact: I did when I was in my home country of Ecuador. I did experience the climate changes that were happening in the home country. And this was during the time of where when Ecuador was safe to enter, safe to visit. I mean, you can still go there again. I mean, it's safe once again if you want to. Despite of the shit that's going down there as of now. But I was there. I did saw the effects of climate change when the some of the grasslands that used to be in the coastlines was just gone, or just completely dried up because of the El Nino effects. And there are many people too that the climate that I felt the brunt of it at the coastline. I mean, there was a dry, hot area that took out a lot of vegetation on the coastline. Because I talk about the coastline because it's always tropical. I mean, now it's always a time where it's season, and because it was the summer, and the north over here is kind of hotter in the summer, extremely hot in the summer. But I'm also saying that El Niño also affects creates a more dry here and down there too. I mean, because we're landing in the Pacific. And there were moments where I was like, damn, I need water. I didn't know it was going to be that bad, right? There were times, although I felt like, hey, it feels good with dry heat sometimes, but the long run, it didn't work out too. So what I would say too, that El Nino is a very real thing. And I felt it. I felt it before when I was there.
That destroy crops every year. They isolate entire towns, destroy roads, and plunge thousands of farmers in the north, center, and south of our homeland into misery. This is the country we receive today. A country with infinite potential.
Man, the country's always been like that. Every Latin American country has been like that.
Hit by insecurity and
I don't think Chile
by
gotta count out.
distrust, which has caused a very deep wound in the social fabric. Despite this dramatic situation, I will not give up. I have not come to offer immediate miracles or empty promises. I have come to offer method, discipline, perseverance, and a clear path.
And a clear path. Say that. Say amen when it goes down with Fujimori. Small Kenji there too.
From this moment on, an irreversible countdown begins. Exactly 1826 await us. Days of administration. 18 to 26 days in which every ministry, every region, and every public official will have to work intensely with measurable goals and constant accountability.
As it always.
My goal. My final goal is not simply to administer the state. It is not enough to just resume economic growth. My primary goal is to close the massive social gap that affects millions of Peruvians. Therefore, our vision is to transform the foundations of our national coexistence. We will resume economic growth that generates inclusive and solidary prosperity.
Anime. Say it, say it, say
We
it.
are going to launch a new way of governing. The state will return to serving its citizens because bureaucracy must not become a barrier between the citizen and their rights. We will establish channels of dialogue with regional and municipal governments to incorporate efficient mechanisms for coordinated work so that all levels of government contribute to national goals within their scope. The aim is for programs and projects at all levels of government to be coherent, generate synergies, and contribute to closing the gaps that affect the vast majority of our countrymen.
Right.
We will ensure that every sol of the public budget is managed with absolute transparency and that all authorities are held accountable for the use of state resources.
Ladies and gentlemen, senators and
Yeah.
deputies, the session is resumed.
What did they say?
The President-elect of the Republic, Ms. Keiko Sophia Fujimori Higuchi,
Higuchi.
take the oath of office.
Take the oath. Oh, so this is the oath. This is the oath. This is the oath right now. Just like we had with Trump. And you know, the one problem is that we have an old man, literally a decrepit, senile old man as a president on two sides. On two sides. While these people are having younger, more healthier brain people. Well, we are having the older brain, bro. Bro, learn. They had to go, bro. They had to go. We need younger people, bro. We need younger people as our side.
I, Keiko Sophia Fujimori Higuchi, swear before you,
Keiko Sophia.
before God and the country, on these holy gospels, and that I will faithfully perform the office of President of the Republic that you have entrusted to me.
Right.
The nation for the period 2026-2030.
Well, damn. The II is getting buffered
I
too.
swear that I will defend this land, national sovereignty, freedom, democracy, and the independence of the branches of government. I swear that I will uphold and enforce the political constitution and the laws of Peru. I swear that I will watch over the physical and moral integrity of all Peruvians, especially those who have been historically neglected.
You mean
And
the
I swear
rest? La
that while
mayoría, bro.
respecting freedom of worship, I will recognize the importance of the Catholic Church in the cultural and moral formation of Peru, and that I will work tirelessly for a safe, prosperous, and united country.
All right. All right. And there she signs. And now they're having 5 years of Keiko Fujimori all the time. Man, think of it, man. To have the Fujimoris in the 90s. And because I did talk to some friends that my parents made right now and here in the small town who are Latinos, who did came from, who were, of course, of their age and stuff. They had spent some time in Peru and worked some part of time in Peru. And they talked about the times of Fujimorism, much they don't really care about it. but the captivation of why of the things he's done that he contributed, though he did it wrong, you know, on because if you want to get shit done, shit's got to come with a consequence, kind of stuff. But I'm not saying I'm glazing on Fujimori, no, because there's some shit he did that was wrong. There was a lot of shit he did that, first off, he went to war with us in Ecuador. So due to a border dispute, he went to war with us over a border. So that's one thing I kind of had to kind of like X him out of. But the rest, Fujimori was getting shit done, and no one else in Latin America did. And not until his reputation kind of soured pretty hard when those in the 19 because this was in the 1990s. His reputation soured when he was caught in the what they call the Valdiviados, right? Because the guy was behind this guy named Mr. Valdivia over there, and there was a lot of corruption. I was gonna say there was a lot of corruption, but it's like a normal. But that corruption is almost like a little normal already. It's a constant thing over there. It's just like here in the United States too. It's just the money that was pulled out of the suitcase and stuff. Though are they? And not to mention too that she's the daughter of them. Remember before all that. She was a fashion modelist. I think I could see, you can see it right here. Hold up a second. Up here, man. I think you can see it up here. Let me set this out right here, right now. Right? Let me set this thing right here, right now, to see what's going on, right? And I was gonna check it. We're gonna check it out right now. So right here. So in this, yeah, there's one. Now there are people still like unorthodoxly like against her. Like for example, of course, you got these guys, against the Valdivia, against the Valdivismo and the Fujimori. So he was caught. This person was already caught. I think Peru, and obviously linked to a left-wing party. Of course, you're gonna have this kind of stuff. I mean, this is politics, I don't want to be in politics. I don't want to talk about politics. It's just that the reason why I bring out this topic is because there's a shogun in Peru now. There's a dynasty that is brought back. It's an old school dynasty in the modern world being presented now. Besides Robert F. Kennedy. Because the Kennedy is another dynasty too. Hold on, we're hearing this right now.
Mi pistola Browning es una pistola Browning 9 milímetros para Bellum. ¿Cuál es su nombre, por favor? Está registrado en la SUCAME. ¿Hay hecho un delito? ¿Hay algún delito?
Wait, he was carrying.
3330 44 40 000. Segunda división de ejército RIMAC. Así es, señor. ¿Por qué no se identifica? Me he identificado al policía. No te has identificado. Está todo grabado. La señorita comandante acá tiene conocimiento. No. ¿Cuál es el jurado conmigo? No, con su colega. No, conmigo con su colega me identifiqué. El comandante te está pidiendo la identificación. Sí, pero ya hubo un caso previo. Ya hubo un caso antecedente. Ya, tranquilo, hermano, tranquilo. Segunda división de ejército RIMAC.
Wait. So this guy tried. So because he knows he's a sub officer, right? Because he had his linkage. He's had his trying to make up he has the participation and linkage due to his security measures and his his background. They checked him, but he was linked, and he was trying to tell him that he brought a gun. But at the same time, he's a sub-army sub-officer. He has the right to wear a firearm, but maybe same time he was linked to he was left wing over the things, because remember, again, like I said, over there in Peru, it's not it. Yes, there is that terrorism that still lingers over there, but it's also because the trauma of Fujimori in the 1990s. So there too, people will do anything to stop her now, because she is the daughter, the daughter of Alberto Fujimori. She is the daughter of Alberto Fujimori. know, so but there was a time where she was before. Who was she before? I'll show you. For real, literally, like the man in the high castle, the shogunate of Peru. That's happening right now. Look at this. This is the billboard right now. It's happening, bro. They're doing this right. This is during the inauguration. This is during the inauguration of Peru. Honestly, look at that. This is during news reporters. These are inaugurating. This is during the inauguration of Peru right now because of the Japanese. Thanks to anime. Thanks to all the things going on, bro. Real. Look at that. Peru's under the control of JOK. Japanese instead of endless wars, they're going to clean the streets and fresh sushi. Yeah, they're already. The people are coming up in array. And, wait. Either ways. I think he has it. I think there was it was here. I think it had it. What is the video? I'm trying to make. I know I'm looking for it. It's all over the place. Man, she had it. She was a model. She was a model. I think where she was. You know, dude, where are you? Hold on a second. I had to look for her more. Right here. Hold on a second. Yep. Oh no! Now there's people right now. They're freaking out right now against her. That's her granddaughter. Look at her. She's beautiful. Yeah, it's Japanese. So this character is Japanese. Either ways, that's her daughter. But who she was a model, right? Or I'll type it right now. This was her time. Fuck. You're not gonna let me? Oh my god. You're not gonna let me? You're not gonna let me? Already people making memes out of her. Who was she in the 1990s? Modelo. Interesting. Okay. Oh wow, they don't. I think they deleted it. Yo, either they did it. Yeah, they deleted it. Bro, because that's who she was. She had it. Oh yeah, they deleted. They took it out. Son of a bitch, they took it out. Yeah, they took it out. Wait. No, they took it out. Because these, sometimes these tweets, they will show up, and then after that, the algorithm takes it out for like some stupid ass reason. But there are some videos that still stay, but some of these people don't. They don't keep it. They just get too impulsive. The rest is just, memes. But that's good to see memes. That's good to see memes right now. Yeah, that's the opposition right now. You heard that? That was the opposition. The Fujimori nunca más, because it's those the people who were still affected by the Fujimorism of the 1990s. But even so, I don't think at this point in time that what happened over there is a different story compared to what's going on as of now. But these guys are like, someone named Keiko end up being president. I need the backstory here, bro. Already, Americans are saying the same thing right now. How does someone named Keiko Fujimori end up in the? These people are just being introduced to the flux of the East Asian migration that's happening in Latin America. Because again, I told you, Latin America is not a race. It's a culture. It's an ethnicity. It's an environment of a people because there's many different races. Para
el periodo 2026-2031.
Right? So look, they're saying right now they're getting saying like they have a small but influential Japanese diaspora. Her father was the first president, Fujimori, and defeated the shining path insurgency via a variety of including war crimes. So this led to him simultaneously being a war hero and a convicted war criminal. A lot of because that was true, and people, and that's what he was famous for, because he gets shit done, but with blood in the hand, with blood on his hands and innocent blood on his hands, but he got shit done. He was a Pinochet in Peru, basically. A lot of Japan, because they all talk about how this is like a 50-year political dynasty. Weirdest story why they keep winning when it was a dictator. And to see the two sides, This person was speaking on the center, but this person's speaking on he was going way hard side, bro. Right? And like you see this, it's like you see the 50-50 thing that Fujimori done. On top of that, he's Japanese. So people were threatened and underestimated, but the other side was like he did something that no other presidents could have done. Without him, Peru would have not been Peru. It would have been like a desolate wasteland, basically. Too. So yeah, bro. I mean, look at this. And they were making freaking like ads and shit.
Están asustados cuando asume el Ministerio del Interior. Le cambiaré de nombre, se llamaría el Ministerio del Interror. Y yo no fusilaré delincuentes, sino policías. Conmigo los policías tienen los días contados. Otra de mis propuestas será terminar con la Iglesia Católica. Adiós, Iglesia Católica. Ahora será la Iglesia Tahuantinsullana. Y todos adoraremos al sol. Sacaremos al sol en procesión. Ya quiero ver a todos los pecadores incinerados por el sol. Tengo otras ideas que son la locura. Vamos a legalizar la marihuana. Será de consumo obligatorio en los colegios y universidades. Todos los jardines del Perú tendrán que plantar su marimba. La ministra de las Mujeres será Hello Kitty. ¿Qué Kitty? Hello Kitty es mi causa. Gracias a ella yo salí de prisión. Y salí, pero jamás me arrepentí de lo que me llevó tras las rejas. Lo volvería a hacer 1 y 1000 veces más. Y Sánchez cree que se va a librar de mí. Me van a negar. Ya no le sirvo. Ni se les ocurra. ¡Agua! Eso conmigo porque yo me lo fumo y los desaparezco a todos. Agradezcan que si están donde están es por mí. Y así como los hice ganar, abro mi boquita de caramelo, una fumada y los traigo abajo. Se les acabó el sueño y entran en una pesadilla. No pueden decir que se han apartado de mí. Están advertidos. Tienen que decir que yo soy ustedes y ustedes soy yo. Así que no te puedes, compadrito, en ir dando tu nombre en tu gabinete. El gabinete lo elijo yo. Antauro, ¿escuchaste?
For real, this dude, bro, it's probably a comedian. Like in the 90s, he ridiculed the opponents of the criminal Fujimori, Carlos Arvales, and now ridicules Keiko's anniversary. To think that some idiots voted for him, believing it was strategic. You're always gonna have people on one side or the other, bro. They don't know. Well, we don't know because Latin America is an unfortunate thing. So this is okay. Let's hear this. Oh, this bitch is Argentinian. God, the one thing I need to know is that the Argentinians, thank God the Argentinians lost in the World Cup, bro, because they act so fucking selfish and racist to everybody, bro.
Estamos cagados, pero ahora más que nunca es importante resistir esas ganas de tirar todo al tacho e irse a la mierda y empezar a luchar, ser más visibles, joder más, resistir más, ser más visiblemente atorrantes ante este gobierno que nos detesta. Así que feliz 28 y la concha de su madre. A mí nadie me va a quitar la alegría de ser peruana, carajo. Que viva el ceviche, que viva la papa. Si eres como yo y este...
Se vive el ceviche, vive la papa. Chica, por favor. Tú no sabes... Entonces tú sabes que tú estás luchando solo por la comida y la vista de la imagen para entrar a la viaje, bro. Para poner la viaje para hacer esa huevada. Cándate la cara de verga, chucha tu madre, bro. She's really trying to after just saying that, bro, after she said she's going to fight for that because of the trauma. Because they know, yes, it's true, the trauma of that happened. But at the same time, she's saying like, bro, long live the freaking food, bro. She wants the food. So you want to see a cuisine. You that way. And they're trying to hate that stuff, bro. What they ever do? She talking about the sufferings that all of Latin America has gone through because of colonial. Bro, you are the same skin color of freaking Argentinians, bro. God, bro. Oh God. No, we gotta check out more what they're saying.
Jamás vamos a felicitar a Keiko a las feministas. Y no porque no sepamos reconocer los logros de otras mujeres, sino porque jamás vamos a felicitar a una mujer solo por tener vagina. Así no funciona este movimiento. Lo que ustedes quieren que hagamos es exactamente lo que ustedes, los hombres, llevan haciendo toda la vida. Aplaudir como pelotudos a sabiendas de que el que ganó es un pedazo de mierda, con tal de que sea de los suyos. Eso es lo que nos están pidiendo, que hagamos lo mismo que ustedes hacen sin pensarlo, pero disfrazado de sororidad. Ser mujer no te convierte en un avance para las mujeres, y esto no debería ni tener que explicarse, pero aquí estamos, porque hay gente a la que las neuronas no le conectan. Hay mujeres que llegan al poder a sostener exactamente las mismas políticas, los mismos privilegios y las mismas estructuras que nos han estado jodiendo toda la vida. Que sea mujer no significa que sus decisiones vayan a ser feministas. Pero lo que en realidad les molesta y lo que no terminan de entender es que nosotras no apoyamos a personas, apoyamos ideas. Porque a ustedes sí les basta con que alguien sea de los suyos para taparse los ojos con lo que sea que haga. A nosotras no, nos importa qué hace esa mujer con el poder que tiene. Y por eso, solo a las feministas se nos exige bajar la guardia apenas aparece una mujer en la silla presidencial. El estándar no baja porque sea una mujer, de hecho debería ser exactamente el mismo. Así es que no vamos a felicitar.
Por favor, bro. I'm sorry. Feminista explains why she does not celebrate right-wing Keiko being the first woman. Brother, isn't that female pride? Women pride, bro? I want to see the comments, honestly. I want to see the comments. The resentment was noticeable. As a man who doesn't turn anyone on, I would vote 1,000 times for a woman just for the fact that she demonstrated her empowerment without needing to hear to a nefarious decadent movement like current feminism is. For real. Los pobres, okay, see this one. Poor, old, bitter, and envious hags aren't pleased with God or the devil. Like it or not, Keiko is president, come hell or high water. Plus, that feminist and idiotic movement of theirs is already done for real. They're already responding to. Oh my God! Hold on a second. A esta o esto. You hear what they're saying right now? You hear what they're saying right now? Oh my God. The feminists seeing upon a woman being supported equally by men and women. They call her conservative and not a devotee of a religion. And they label her alienated, man-hating, and... Escuchamos y nos burlamos. Como... Yo, for real. They're just hounding on her. Yeah, they're just hounding on this bitch. Oh God, yeah, they hounding on this bitch. Yo, for real. Agua con Fujimori. Watch out for the Fujimoris. Their ancestors have ruined Peru for generations. Okay. Yeah, again, these are 50-50. Mind you, too, again, these are the 50-50. Many people are affected. You know, for real, on God, bro. They got affected by this part, but even still, but again, you had these both sides, bro. I mean, what if they talked about the Roblox thing? I mean, because the elections had no, Keiko didn't start with the Roblox. It was someone else did with the Roblox actually. Man, they did that, but I'm not gonna research it too because there's already a long time of it. Man, the fact they have a Shogun Peru. Man, there's another meme right here. Like, I just got back from a really long day. I turn on LAM. The first thing I hear is that Fatima Flores and Keiko are friends. And then me, there's Diego Maradona. Okay. It's like, for real? Oh, that's because you didn't saw the TV. You just came back. Caso cerrado. Well, we heard they say what they say this. Well, officially, Keiko Fujimori's Sofia Fujimori Higuchi is president of Peru. Those of us who had to vote for her now has the opposition because our vote was loaned. Finally, I hope she does well. And then I have spoken. Caso cerrado. Right? Well. as into that, depending on where you land. I mean, shit. All right. I'm here. Code broadcast. How's it going? How's it going? How's it going with Code broadcast? But what is too? So yeah, people are still protesting about this one. Well, that's again because of the trauma of Fujimorism. Harry. Keiko, exactamente 30 años. There she is, right here. There she is. Oh, shit.
Es un régimen que está compuesto por personajes como la señora Fujimori que han reivindicado justamente dictaduras y violaciones a los derechos humanos.
All right. My sister making me do math past papers. My brain can't computer math. Oh, damn. But don't you have the genes? Don't you have the genes of math? Shit. There she is. The fact that there's a shogun in Peru, bro. It's surreal. I'm here. Okay, we're gonna see this one. Izquierdista caricatura como demonio nazi estadounidense como con Kimon. At least that's a good concept. That someone's being creative. I mean, even though not many people do believe this, but that's a good concept. But that at least there's creativity on these people. Just like they did with Trump. Remember when there was that carnival? They had Trump as this giant Warhammer character. They're trying to as a way to kind of like say he's being a conqueror, he's being an imperialist and all that stuff, which he is. He's being a colonialist. Honestly, on God, he is being a purebred colonialist and gaslighting us about how to liberate the people. Though there were truths, though that he is doing the economy dog shit. Honestly, he's doing the economy dog shit. Didn't promise much of us. Though he did fix and freed people from Venezuela. He did free people. He's in war with Iran right now, but he did free the people of Iran. However, he still is just brain dead, honestly. My sister got the genes. I don't know where they went. My sister got the genes. I got the spare parts. Dale. Damn. Use it nicely. Use the spare parts of your intelligence. Me, on the other hand, I am completely cooked when it comes to that. That math gets me real cooked. Bro, mientras en tanto en Roblox. Dude, seriously. Dude, when this was in Roblox in Peru. This was Peruvian Roblox. And apparently, the electoral, like elections online in Roblox is far more established than outside of Roblox. Mind you that was the funniest thing ever, bro. The fact that Roblox in Peruvian Roblox was far more established than outside of Peru. And they had these mascots out there. It was freaking hilarious. I caught that from a YouTube video.
Como presidenta electa y representando al partido político. Hemos traído ayuda. Lo que están pidiendo es orden y seguridad. Y eso es lo primero que vamos a hacer. Yo estoy segura que los futuros ministros están también absolutamente convencidos que nuestro país no da para más, que esta situación va a cambiar y que vamos a recuperar la paz y la tranquilidad y el orden, por supuesto.
They will always do that. They will always have an important person doing the job, even though they're doing their job right. But is she gonna be granted El China? We don't know. I think they had but they did had it on YouTube. I'm still looking for it, but they. That's why it's in latest. Right? Oh yeah, look. When was it ever a champion of human rights? Go visit with the shining child. Wow. They're actually media trying to save. They're trying to protect. They're trying to defend. Just like that. There was that music video, I think, on Rage Against the Machine, that had a music video trying to glamorize the Shining Path. Now, if you don't know what the Shining Path is, they're basically a hard left-wing guerrilla group. It was during the 1980s and 90s, but that are, that were supposed to be like fighting for liberty against imperialism and this and that, right-wing capitalism and all that kind of good stuff. Which some capitalisms that are dysfunction that it should be needed, yeah. But the bloody part is that they're best known for, trafficking drugs, to get weapons and to get firearms, to get the ammunition and technology to basically bomb buildings, massacre hundreds of people. At the wake of that, they forced people. There were child soldiers at the time. It was frightening at the time. People didn't want to talk about the Shining Path at one point. And it took one guy who hailed from Japan to get the job, to kind of get the job done. But he would also have to have blood on his hands. And that happened. It happens. Latin America is the wild, wild west over there. Honestly, look, honestly. Amnesty made the world believe that the mouse, Papa, and that Burrico, telling them were political prisoners and helped liberated hundreds of them. This was on Amnesty. This was on 1995. This was an Amnesty. Amnesty is still trying to say, release the world public. Look, the prisoners of conscience who Amnesty demands immediately and unconditionally released are precisely the Shining Path terrorists defeated by Peru's armed forces. So they're trying to give that. Like, George Soros, Human Rights America, had spent years working to prevent the terrorist defeat. Yes, they did. Right? They were neutral observers of the war, but rather partisans of the and so the Shining Path from day one. This is that, and there's often amnesty campaigns were timed to coincide with Shining Path's month, right? Because of the media, somebody paid them in a way, unless they have felt that in their hearts. Because they want, the reason why to that, I think it just comes to one answer, right? Why some Northerners are trying to be part of the Shining Path, they want to say political prisoners, because, stereotypically, it's because the majority of the Shining Path who became members, those who were forced to become soldiers and be fabricated in the, in the sort of like the disguise of liberators, was because of the indigenous. Because yes, there's a lot of indigenous people. There's a higher indigenous population than other parts of Latin America, right? And then within that was that they, the indigenous people were a vulnerable bunch that wounded up being, basically just like drafted or taken basically. It seems these people were taken. No one talked about that. Although, on the other hand, these people were in abject poverty. They were being treated terribly. They were seen as third-class citizens. You know, during the right-wing times, before the whole shiny path thing. And no matter what they do, they will do anything to get the recognition, to get the things right necessary, and fight against the evil who is oppressing, who treated them that way, who attacked them, who hurt them. You know, but also that ideology of the left is Maoist, because you know if the whole world knows about Mao Zedong, he killed more people than Hitler, Stalin combined, bro.
Con el principal objetivo de prevenir el embarazo en adolescentes. Nuestra meta es reducir dicho embarazo que afecta al 8.4% a nivel nacional, mientras que en el ámbito rural se eleva a más del 18%.
Yeah, this one's already talked about. This was during the elections, July 28 already. Yeah, this was already like this is the kind of the news that's already been done already. I think that is going all the way back to Keiko Fujimori, because I'm putting Keiko Fujimori, but the majority right now is just going to become it's like the same old. Gonna go to Peru shogunate. Peruvian unlock the Peruvian shogunate. Focus Street, bro. And it's still going on. That's why we're going down to this. Deuce. The fucking Jew in the end, bro. The video, bro. Who is that person? Wait, who is the Jew? Who is this person? Who is this? Why put the Jewish people over there? What's the on point, bro? These are the people from the 4chan. These are the hard right-wing meme users who are just like who got red pilled and all that shit. Who followed Nick Fuentes, the groypers. They're the groypers. I mean, that word sounds really white if you just hear it. The word groypers. So I think the groypers have their own set of memes. So this was on May 15th. This is the comment I saw. Look, LARPs of South America, Argentina, Germany, right? Brazil is Rome. Bolivia is Inca. Okay, so that's the same thing. Peru, Inca, or the Shogunate. Chile is Prussia for some reason. Paraguay is France. Colombia is the Qing Empire, which there's no trace of Qing. There's no trace of Asian shit. Uruguay is Denmark. Venezuela, Bolivar 24/7. And then apparently us Ecuadorians is Belgium. I don't know where Belgium. I even asked him. I even asked the person, but he never answered, bro. Like as an Ecuadorian, please tell me where is the Belgium about? Honestly, yeah, because like where I don't know about Belgium. I think it was more of the United States, like us American. Actually, because it had a. Man, either way, it's no. Here it is. Good news, por Dios la patria. Yeah, side note about the Japanese influence in Peru. It was the first Latin America to officially allow Japanese immigration driven by labor shortages on coastal sugar cotton plantations following the abolition of slavery. It began on 3rd of April, 1899, and when 790 Japanese contract laborers arrived at the port of Callao aboard the ship of Sakura Maru, for real. But the rest is there too. But this person is already being arrested. I already saw the whole thing already. This one I already saw. And also here too,
Muchas variedades diferentes de papa cuando el resto del mundo apenas conoce 5. Aunque parezca increíble, en los Andes una sola papa nunca fue suficiente. Como el clima cambiaba drásticamente en pocos metros, los incas crearon variedades específicas para cada altura, y con los siglos, esta ingeniería genética ancestral
terminó
más de 3.500 tipos de papas diferentes. Y entre ellos, ¿cómo es posible que Perú tenga 3.500?
The freaking AI in this shit. Let me see the. Oh yeah, this is a VTuber. I think this is an artist. This is a VTuber, Shinorini from Peru. This is a Peruvian VTuber who does all the art too. Oh my god. Feliz día de Perú. Hoy es el cumpleaños de mi país. Freaking Jesus. Celebran 205 years of the independence. Thanks for a lot of culture, history, and flora and fauna, and for the food that is so delicious. That's what she's saying in Spanish. For real. And then, this person here, Vladimir Cerrón. Okay. The indicators show that Ecuador, Noboa, Bolivia with Paz, and Argentina with Malay have failed. They are unsafe, exploitive, oppressive, colonialist, and in that state, Colombia, Peru are are in for nothing different. I think that's one sided thing, but yeah, you'll have those people with bad apples. Those bad apples too. I mean, both sides. You're gonna have both sides probably saying that same thing too. Well, the real guys, the real bystanders, don't want either of them. All they say, bro, that Latin America is a shitty place that they can't have anymore. You know, that would most people normally see. That's why people are migrating out there, because the corruption is so much shit over there. They have so much shit over there. For you who don't know. Oh my god, let me see this word. Se habla la yeah, it doesn't have to translate. Let's see. Of course, they were at the wrong time. They shouldn't have done it and come in. These are just comments. I wanted to see something. Okay. Okay. In Peru, there's the port of Chancay, one of China's largest infrastructure investment on the continent. Laura Richardson said years ago that by trying to send military today with gringo backing, they imposed cases for Fujimori through fraud.
家之间发展正常关系，开展正常合作，不应针对第三方。中方一贯反对搞封闭排他的小圈子。中国同有关国家和地区。
Yeah, buddy, I want to hear some. The one question is, where are the mechas? For real. Oh yeah, this one. I want to see the reactions to this, bro. I think Keiko Fujimori, right? Peru, Mori. That's happening all the way. Okay. There's the people right now who have no idea, who are just introduced to this. Someone explain to me, why the hell is someone named Keiko Fujimori the president of Peru? Porque Peruano es nacimiento. Peru. They have the Japanese there. So basically, so now we're back to the Access Party, bro. Let me see the comments on this bullshit. I mean, right-wing President Fujimori became emotional while watching the Shogun Hotel Command Parade during the military parade. That's the hostage situation. No, that was because of her father too. So she was trying to get elected 3 times, and people laughed in Peru. They're like, no, we're not having her. We're not having her. Until the time came, it's like, okay, fuck it, we'll have you. But she made it because she didn't stop. That's another part too. She didn't stop. So now here she is in the same thing, in the same bed. I don't know if there's gonna be like I don't believe in the dynasty and stuff, but her brother, her siblings Kenji, who is not part of this, will not be well, it's just supported. I mean, they did made a video. He has his own YouTube channel, and he was in many YouTube, I think, like podcasts in Peru. So on the mics. Right, so yeah, but like, but I say but I say what in the butt. La Universidad Nacional Mayor de San Marcos saluda a la señora Keiko Fujimori Sofía. Es Keiko Sofía Fujimori Higuchi. Man, these are long names. We forgot we do have these long names, bro. Con motivo de su reelección como presidencia. Yeah. It wishes her success and exercise hours. All right. Okay, let's see. Now the eternal students now want to burn down the university. Oh, shit. Haga su revelo. Make your fuss and you already know what's next. Yeah, they're saying it right now. For no veas eso. Okay, I'm seeing the responses already. It's just getting to be. It must be the greeting of the sold-out rector and not the sentiment of the San Marquino people who are unaware of the Japanese mafiosa. Maybe perhaps, or maybe perhaps the price of getting shit done, perhaps. But it's both sides. It's a both-sided thing. So. Ha ha ha, Rectora Naranja. Alright. Sure. I mean, they're laughing about it. They want it. They want her ass gone. I mean, these people in this conversation want her ass gone immediately. That's why, like, majority of the votes in Peru was against Fujimori. But the reason why she won was because the outside votes. That's why she won. It's the outside votes. But her. Feminista colapso. Okay. Feminist collapse after right wing becomes. When en el amor de mi vida de las dos buenos días, pero ningún día bueno desde que fue presidenta. So they're getting mad over a woman who, right, a female president now, a woman who has power now, but suddenly is part of the right side, on the other side of the spectrum that they expected. They didn't. Which is funny. Aren't they supposed to want a female leader who controls the world, who controls the population? They got it. They got it. Well, turns out it was on the other side. Whoops! Like Takaichi. Oh man! Now since Keiko Fujimori is president of Peru, what would happen now when she meets Takaichi? Oh, where was she at?
Estamos aquí en la capital una vez más para rechazar este gobierno del continuismo de la señora Keiko Fujimori, porque ellos son los que mandaron a asesinar y nos causaron todas estas heridas en nuestras regiones, ¿no? Cuando llegaron y masacraron a nuestros pueblos.
Es un retroceso a nuestro país, retroceder a aquellos años que hemos vivido.
Literally the 1980s.
Tantos asesinatos, tantas masacres, tantas desapariciones, esterilizaciones forzadas, entre otros. Eso es la señora Keiko Fujimori.
50-50 thing. 50 thing that for her father.
Estamos aquí en la capital una vez más
para rechazar este gobierno del continuismo de la señora Keiko Fujimori, porque ellos son los que mandaron asesinar y nos causaron todas estas heridas en nuestras regiones, ¿no? Cuando llegaron y masacraron a nuestros pueblos.
Es un retroceso a nuestro país, retroceder a aquellos años que hemos vivido en los 90, tantos asesinatos.
Yeah, they're speaking of that because there's still the population, these old heads, these elderlies, the people over here in her. There's at a time they grew up and they lived a life in the 1980s and the 1990s where they were, you know, shit went down, shit really went down and hard. Shit really went down and hard with during the time of the first shogun of Peru. Right? On the first shogun of Peru, a lot of shit went down, you know, like a lot of mass killings, but of against the Shining Path, but that also got in the way of, guess what? Peruvian civilians. Again, that's why he's so controversial, because he was a hero to one side, but he was also a dictator, a murderous dictator on the other side, because he was the one who got shit done. He was the Pinochet. He was Peru's Pinochet. That was the thing. So he was kind of aware. So people were very aware about that. There will be backlash. Either side. If he wouldn't do nothing, if he didn't do anything, people say that he's just the worst president either way. So what else? What a choice you can do? He's trying to make the best of himself. I guess he didn't understand that, and that's why he got indicted over there. I'm not saying that I support this person just because racially in stereotypes, it would be because, you know, he's Japanese and I didn't know he was Japanese, and that would be like such an astonishment. But that didn't make up the answer. What has he contributed in? No Sierra, no, isn't that the Sierra that hates Fujimori? Isn't that the deep Peru is against Fujimori's surname? Look at that's the funny part. No, but oh, hold on. Hold on a second. The Sierra hates it. And what's your town called? Let's check if it's true. Yeah, like no. Like, isn't it that the Sierra, like when he's talking about the Sierra, they're talking about the Andes, the people of the Andes Mountains. That's why he's saying the Sierra. That, like in Ecuador, we call the Andes the Sierras, because that's what it is. You know, it's like the Sierra of the mountains, the mountainous regions. So we call it the Sierra, even though it's originally the Andes. So in the Andes, they say in the Andes they hate Keiko Fujimori. Isn't that the deep Peru, which is like that's the lower class, like the villages, the pueblos, like the most those who are still struggling from that line of economy. Like they hate the Fujimori Tsunami. Look how the Peruvian people celebrate the national holiday and their president Fujimori. What? No, sin tanto marketing necesita, entonces ¿por qué no va para allá sin if there's a lot of needed marketing, then why don't you go over there without your own guard, without your own, like, with a recommendation? That's what I'm saying. Guardaespaldas. Because again, these are the responses are of the mean half of the country. Again, the country because her father was both a hero, was both an angel and a monster. But I don't want to be anything important about that. I just want to see the memes. I just want to see who she was in the model time, man. On the other hand, there's a poder right here. Oh, I want to see the memes of this. Uh-huh. 33 minutes. Here we go. Oh, but this is a real-time thing. No, I just want to see what's going on. Que viva Peru. Okay. But no one's saying Peru es clave. No one's saying Peru es clave, bro. They need to say it. They need to hear it. I need to hear it. There you go. Peru es clave. Oh, but that was the latest one. There you go. There you go. That's what I want to see. This. Acá Keiko Fujimori se convirtió en el presidente de Perú. Perú es clave.
En el Perú. Mi abrazo fraterno al pueblo colombiano, pero mi repudio total al guerrillero Gustavo Petro. Muchas gracias.
Yeah, with these niggas. You know, fucking Gen Z jits with their TikTok content creation, bro. They will do anything. They will put any drift funk, trying to make her give it aura fonts. They will put drift funk in this shit.
Hay unos efectos climatológicos locales producidos por la propia intensidad del fuego, por la temperatura de la combustión y por la vertical, que inmediatamente cuando el fuego va hacia un lugar y parece que podemos atacar, automáticamente.
Yeah, no, I don't get it. What she's saying. What the phrase is in a fire is a firefighter simply because he doesn't feel like he attack and he did a zigzag way for us. They're talking about the truth of God and also all that stuff, bro. But hold up, Perú es clave. All right, here we go.
En la asunción de Keiko. Sí. La derecha sea unida, así fue la reunión bilateral entre el presidente Javier Milei y la flamante presidente derechista de Perú, Keiko Fujimori, tras su asunción presidencial. Es un honor tenerlo aquí en Perú. Eres una inspiración. A ver.
All right, I want to hear this what they're saying.
Perú es clave. Hoy estuvo el Jabo en la asunción de Keiko. Sí.
Hold on a second, hold on.
Che, Perú es clave. Hoy estuvo el Jabo en la asunción de Keiko. Sí. La derecha sea unida, así fue la reunión bilateral entre el presidente Javier Milei y la flamante presidente derechista de Perú, Keiko Fujimori, tras su asunción presidencial. Es un honor tenerlo aquí en Perú. Eres una inspiración. A ver.
Okay, I want to see.
Me gustan los Fujimori en Perú,
¿Qué pasa los Fujimori?
Ella es hija, ¿no? Del papá.
De él.
Hija de tigre.
Un honor, le dijo.
Pero por supuesto. Ellos son de ascendencia japonesa, además, ¿no? Japonesa. Sí. Tipazos.
Oye, mucho gusto.
Pablo, ¿no estaba el 1 ahí? Galarreta.
Right.
¿No?
I mean, this guy was the face of the meme of Peru es clave over Latin America. So, I mean, if you see all of the thumbnails in Latam YouTube, right, Spanish YouTube, when they talk about Peru es clave and they use the memes of Peru es clave on anything that they got referenced that Peru is clave, because Peru is pretty famous. I'll tell you that. I mean, there's even a color named Peru. So Peru over there is being clavedad, honestly. There's so many memes in being Peru es clave.
Aparte fanáticos del Jabo de todo.
Lo domaron a Promancio. Promancio decía que no llegaba Keiko, que le daban vuelta el vuelco de padrón, digamos, le hacían. Estuvo a punto igual, O sea, ganó por muy poco. Que intentaron. Menos mal. Ganó por muy poco. Bueno, finalmente Perú terminó siendo clave, señores.
¿El del Garfield acá o era en Colombia?
No, acá, es el vice. Es el vice.
Estaba ahí, ¿no?
El chabón tiene 2 garfios, creo.
Sí, dos garfios.
Es el vice, y está confirmado ahora.
Vino a Argentina.
Yeah, not to mention too, there was a guy on her side, I think a spokesman as well, who had like hooks for hands because he lost his arms. Like, oh, there it is, one here in Ecuador too. Here's Noboa, there's the youngest president on block here right now. This guy's literally on his mid-30s, and he's the youngest one. The rest is just old heads and grandfathers who just senile as hell. Peru agreed to strengthen the cooperation to combat organized crime. The commitment was this and this and that. President Daniel Noboa, and Peru's President Keiko Fujimori in Lima as part of the negotiation. During the meeting, both agreed to the need to bolster exchange experiences in security and prison management. I mean, they already been doing that. They also reaffirmed their intention to maintain a bilateral agenda based on the 1998 peace agreements that announced the bilateral this and this and that, this and this and that, this and this and that, this and this and that. I mean, mind you too, since even though the only odd I had is that there was the border war over the 1990s, even though I wasn't born at that time.
Y sierra no tiene. ¿Ah? ¿Tu país tiene la mejor gastronomía del mundo? Un carajo. Entonces, ¿qué me vas a decir tú? ¿Ah? ¿Qué me van a decir los demás? ¿Tu país tiene una maravilla del mundo? No tiene ni pincho. ¿Tu país tiene costa, selva y sierra? No tiene. ¿Ah? ¿Tu país tiene la mejor gastronomía del mundo? Un carajo. Entonces, ¿qué me vas a decir tú? ¿Ah? ¿Qué me van a decir los demás?
Oh. This guy's a hater. This motherfucker's a hater. That's he's saying, he's like, yo, your country think you have all that, man? Man, fuck out of here, bro. You're a piece of shit, bro. That's what he's literally saying. That's what he's literally saying. Like, feliz 28 de querido. Felices that. Perú es clave. Basically. But like I said, that's what they're saying. Perú es clave y el pueblo lo sabe. That's what they're saying. Peru is key and the people understand. This is the one I wanted to see. Hoy es una diva. I can't, bro. I can't when they say this. Hoy es un día clave de la historia política de América Latina. Es martes. Se llevará a cabo de dispersión presidencial de Keiko Fujimori en Perú, luego de los varios intentos fallidos en los últimos 15 años. Because these people are siding on one side just because. The reason why they're following Keiko Fujimori is because the fact that she's Japanese, basically. That, to me, that's what they're saying. That's what's going on. And because, too, they needed the economy that is being shit. Many people are going right wing, are falling right wing. Yeah, many youngsters, but two, they didn't know that. So people who following her is that they didn't know the other side. El presidente de Argentina, Javier Milei, llega a la cancillería de donde fue. Pero por cuestiones diplomáticas. Yeah, I already saw that one. Perú es clave, right? Milei asistirá a su reunión en Keiko Fujimori que reciba un honoris causa. Like the moment they met him, because he knew the meme is going. He knew the meme is going up, so he needed it. Oh my God, for real. Es algo que jamás el presidente Trump ha hecho. El Perú son clave. They're key. President Trump, the Orange Man, we'll say his name. The Orange Man announced that today the destination, this and this and that. And the United States reported that also indicating who will make up the delegation will be headed by Christopher Landau and the Secretary of State. Yeah, that's because of the migrant shit. For real. Mañana comienza una nueva historia para el mundo. Okay. Oh, it's a long talk. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to mind about that. Castro Chavista, José María Balcázar, detiene delincuente cerrado. Oh, but these are like videos they're trying to say this.
José María Balcázar podría ser auditado, pero ¿por qué? En las últimas semanas, José María Balcázar, presidente saliente que le quedan menos de 15 días, ha hecho cambios en diferentes ministerios. Y la ley se lo permite, pero el problema está en que también ha hecho designaciones de viceministros, cambios de directores generales, nombramientos en organismos públicos, modificaciones en empresas estatales y programas públicos. Y eso sí es un problema, porque imagínate que tenías a un director cuyo trabajo terminaba el 30 de junio. Lo lógico sería darle un mes más de trabajo. Pero a muchas de estas personas se les renueva el contrato casi de forma indefinida, o sea que no se le puede pedir. Y es una práctica bastante inmoral del gobierno saliente para mantener a tu gente en el gobierno y evitar que el gobierno entrante ponga la suya.
Wait, what do you mean?
Directores generales, nombramientos en organismos públicos, modificaciones en empresas estatales y programas públicos. Y eso sí es un problema, porque imagínate que tenías a un director cuyo trabajo terminaba el 30 de junio. Lo lógico sería darle un mes más de trabajo. Pero a muchas de estas personas se les renueva el contrato casi de forma indefinida, o sea que no se le puede pedir. Y es una práctica bastante inmoral del gobierno saliente para mantener a tu gente en el gobierno y evitar que el gobierno entrante ponga la suya.
So that part I don't understand. I didn't get it. Because he speaks Spanish. Because this is a Spanish thing.
Presidente del Congreso, Fernando Rospigliosi, quien dice lo siguiente. Tengo el agrado de dirigirme a usted para expresarle mi cordial saludo y en atención al oficio de la referencia, manifestar que, de conformidad con lo dispuesto por el ordenamiento constitucional y los precedentes parlamentarios, el mandato presidencial que actualmente ejerce culmina el 26 de julio de 2026. Le comunico que será recibido por el presidente del Congreso de la República el 27 de julio de 2026 a las 9
para allá, chico.
El señor Balcázar es presidente del Congreso y en esa razón asume la presidencia de la República. El cargo de presidente del Congreso vence el 26 de julio, una vez que se elige a un nuevo presidente del Congreso. Entonces, él, al finalizar su mandato el 28 de julio, deja de ser también, por ende, encargado de la presidencia de la República. Está concebida para que sea el presidente del Congreso, en este caso, el nuevo presidente del Congreso que se elige el 26 de julio, para que asuma la presidencia de la República, de manera que no hay ningún vacío de poder. Esa es la sucesión constitucional. El señor Balcázar termina su mandato en julio, le entrega la banda presidencial al nuevo presidente del Congreso, quien asume las funciones de presidente de la República hasta que la...
Nah, this is like a 1 minute thing, but they're trying to prove, they're trying to gaslight the public, they're trying to gaslight you. They're saying like, no, this is the information I have. No, apparently that is a fraud. Every side's got fraud. I mean, she won by fraud. Let's just say that, okay? Let's just say if that's the case, and then it'll be noticeable. It would be noticeable. It'll be all over social media, just like this guy is also trying to call out the fraud over Fujimori. And we know that he tried to win before, but until they found the fraud on his side. But that again, that's just politics. Politics is bullshit. All I can say, look, if you win by fraud here in Latin America, that's the best you can do right here. You gotta win by the money, yo. You got at least sell 20Ks of kilo, bro, of the kilo.
Debajo de la alfombra parece, ¿no? ¡Tiene miedo! ¡Tiene miedo! ¡Cerró!
Ouch, my ears. Well, either ways, too, guys. I think. But what do we say here? Let me see. Llega a Peru. Hold on. But Rise over, did he confirm the intended king with the inauguration? They're shaking up. We're talking about that. But we want to see if Peru is clave. I want to see the memes. That's what matters more. Derecha es unida, this and that. No. Oh, imagine. Hold on. Peru es clave, right? Peru es clave, el pueblo lo sabe. And I already got that one. Brother, you already got that one. You already got that one. Yeah, you already got that one. Balcazar, you already got that one. Yeah. Rafael López. No, orden. Rafael López ya la liga con Keiko Fujimori, and that. Defender. Okay, we get that one. Let's see. I want to see if Peru is clave. That's the only thing. I just want to see the clavidad. I just want to see a word that says Peru is clave, because that's what it is right now at this point on. No, bro. Hija de un tipo. Now, these are people now just calling it out and all this stuff. In this stuff. Yeah, que como hija de senador es el presidente de Peru already. That guy's got won by the kilo. And this was on the finale. This was here on the finale. This was on June 29th. Right? This was the total. This was the total of the last part of the elections. Such a narrow bunch. Narrow bunch where he made 50.135% of the votes, while Roberto Sanchez was 49. She won by this. This. And if they would have recounted it, if they did a recount, oh my God, thank God, bro, it would have. Then, if they try to do a recount, then everybody knows what's going on. Everybody knew what's up. Dude, because that would have been the case. That would have been the maddest case. because they had to do all the votes outside. Because she won basically out the outside votes. For real. Oh yeah, but then the rest in June 13th. Everything else is meh. At the end, yeah, all of this is meh, man. Ok. Humor Latinx. Perú es claro, repetido 12 veces. Un ataque de foids hechos por normies para normies. Los gritos. For real. Oh man, I guess I'm bothering you guys with this guy. Well, no. No es verso del dictador Fujimori.
La nueva presidenta de Perú es la hija del dictador Fujimori, condenado por crímenes de lesa humanidad, autor mediato de delitos de homicidio calificado y secuestro, además de la esterilización forzosa a mujeres en los Andes, una práctica que se calcula que afectó a más de 200.000 personas. Fujimori recibió una condena de 25 años de cárcel por estar detrás de las matanzas de Barrios Altos en 1991 y La Cantuta en 1992. Un total de 25 personas fueron asesinados en estas matanzas a manos de paramilitares, además del secuestro de 2 periodistas. Por otro lado tenemos la corrupción, un término que se queda muy corto para este señor, que robó un total aproximado de 6.000 millones de dólares de las arcas del Estado. Posteriormente se le indultó por el gobierno de Kuczynski por razones humanitarias, porque este señor estaba enfermo. Claro que hubo sospechas de que algo se llevó Kuczynski de por medio, pero bueno. Luego el indulto fue declarado improcedente, Fujimori volvió a la cárcel, luego procedente, volvió a salir de la cárcel y vivió sus últimos años en libertad. Realmente la clave de todo esto es que su hija siempre le ha apoyado. Keiko Fujimori, que se ha presentado 4 veces a las elecciones, hasta esta última, que ha ganado por una diferencia ínfima de votos. El discurso de nuevo es que es el mismo de siempre. Mano dura, recortes, admira a Milei, a Bukele, a Belardo. Dice que si sus hijas fuesen violadas deberían de parir. De hecho, Keiko apoyaba tanto a su padre que participó en torturar a su madre. Si algo caracteriza a esta familia, como hemos dicho, es la corrupción. Keiko también estuvo en la cárcel por lavado de activos.
Pero eres de España, primero, ¿no? Eres de España, entonces tú conoces de la cosa de Fujimori, pero tú no sentiste eso allá porque tú eres de España. En la comunidad izquierda, that's what's going on. And then everything else, I think that'll be it for today, guys. Yeah, so like I said, man, that's the thing about the Keiko Fujimori thing, man. Officially, as with the count of the votes that went down to that on behalf of saying, even though I was also in the middle of drawing a new character for my OC. I mean, yeah, I didn't give a name actually. I have yet to create a name for this guy. I still have yet to color this guy still at the way on behalf. But this, I think I'm just calling it AniX's Damsel. So my character's OZ was the OC that I made here officially, which is like I said in the description in Instagram if you want to check it out, is basically I made her as like a sort of like a mercenary. But however, these characters are going to change throughout time. You know, it's going to be a long time. It's going to be a short time. I don't know. It depends on my decisions. I want to tell the world about that, right? But look at her. She's thick by the thighs. She's bloody, she's mean when she has to be, but she does seem cold in a way. She is. I realized something about this character is that the customs that I used are seldomly right over here. If you look at the top screen right here, none of it is very feminine. Mostly this is all just her in a guy outfit, basically on that half. This is funny as hell. But he's so ways. I mean, this will be just his. This is her. There's a new OC I made just for AniX, the damsel in distress. Her damsel in distress. This is her damsel in distress, but I had to yet make a name. I don't know a name yet. I'll have to continue to name either so too. So that is what should be, to be as. I wish you guys like this too, especially the fact that in the end of this thing, the fact that now will Peru be clave? That's the real question. Will Peru officially be clave now? Since now a Japanese person goes by the name of Fujimori, and her family too, is now bringing back the 90s again. We'll get to see. We want to see Incan mechas, bro. I want to see mangas coming out of Peru, bro. I want to see a slice of life. I want to see a slice of life anime in Lima, in the ghetto streets of Lima, man. Who wants to see that? Who wants to see that? Who wants to see a slice of life anime in Peru? Who wants to see? I want to see the productions go hard, skyrocketing with the help of animators around all over the world for Regresa de los Dioses, man. I think that's the reason why to that being these days. She's Peruvian. The reason why people voted for her, for me, my opinion, is because she's Japanese. That's all it is. And he's hoping that since I've seen this on Crunchyroll, I hope we get a Peru that we dream of. I mean, Peru was already seen all over Sword Art Online, all over anime, man. So this is the brief shiny moment. Let's see if it is, bro. But I hope you guys enjoy this. I'm going to be continuing on trying to make more of the model designs. I also waiting for my request for the request. I think I did got the email request for on Gmail, so I had to check it out so I could do the work right now. But anyways, we're here. We're at the end. I hope you guys enjoy this. I'm Element Reptile. I'm an artist, graphic designer, illustrator. We see each other. You bless. BB. Oof.